In this week's lecture, we will discuss how to implement assistive technology in our schools. As you may know, IDEA 2004 requires that we consider students' needs for assistive technology during the development of their IEPs. Furthermore, students with disabilities are entitled to assistive technology if it is essential for accessing education and education-related resources. With this in mind, assistive technology must appear in the IEP. More specifically, there should be a description of specifically designed instruction, supplementary aids and services, as well as related services. It is also important to remember that we should focus on the goal, not the tool. A good example of an objective using assistive technology is as follows. Joseph will compose a complete paragraph with appropriate punctuation using a talking word processing application and word prediction programs. You also want to include assistive technology in accommodations and modifications. For example, you might state all worksheets and handouts will be provided in an electronic format that can be read aloud by a text-to-speech program. It is also important to include assistive technology in supplementary aids and services as well as related services. For example, one might say as follows: Joseph needs to use a talking word processor with word prediction to assist him in writing complete paragraphs. One should also consider the following conditions when implementing the use of assistive technology. Number one, the IEP team should have a collaboratively developed plan. Number two, the IEP team, teachers, and service providers should integrate assistive technology into the curriculum and activities. Number three, the team must have a shared responsibility for the implementation. Number four, there should be opportunities for the use of a variety of strategies. Number five, training for students, family, and staff should be provided on a regular basis. And number six, the implementation and adjustments should be based on assessment and performance data. As with all technology, there are numerous issues we must contend with. This includes the digital divide, in which there is a discrepancy between people who have access to technology and related skills and those who do not. Naturally, this is due to financial resources of school districts, as well as culture, access to information, and advocacy skills of the parents and local district. More specifically, culture can have an impact in the following ways. Some elements of culture impact how disabilities are viewed and treated. For example, many cultures attach a stigma to being labeled as a student with a disability. Subsequently, they may not seek help. Parents may also be fearful that their child's disability will go on record and will jeopardize future opportunities for their child. Sometimes, parents have a hard time accepting their child's disability as they believe it's a reflection of their parenting skills. In some cases, parents are in denial and have a hard time believing their child has a learning disability. Collectivist cultures may not see the need to use AT, assistive technology, to achieve independence. They also may view the AT as a technology toy, video game, and not as something that can benefit the child. Some cultures also view technology tools with suspicion, even as an object that is not appropriate. Subsequently, IEP teams should be knowledgeable in cultural beliefs and bridge the cultural gap so that the child can benefit from all the resources assistive technology offers. Sometimes assistive technology is misunderstood as the state and the local educational agency may have different interpretations of what qualifies as assistive technology as well as how it should be used. Sometimes educational professionals, teachers if you will, lack the necessary knowledge and skills to implement the use of assistive technology. This is due to the lack of pre-service and in-service training. Or the training focuses on device functionality but not implementation. Other barriers may include information technology policies and other local school and district policies. For example, the iPad, as we know, is a very popular device within the special needs community. However, the iPad presents many of its own challenges, starting with its structure for installing applications. More specifically, the iPad relies on the user having an iTunes account along with a credit card for purchasing. This is very problematic, as many districts use a proprietary contracting system which does not allow for the purchase of apps via a credit card. Additionally, many of the iPad apps are dependent on the internet. This is problematic as a school with a large install base of iPads will quickly use the internet bandwidth to run their iPads. Similarly, most school districts utilize an internet filter which is password protected. This presents an additional challenge as the iPad will repeatedly ask the user for a username and password, which will frustrate iPad users who are often not tech savvy. The local district may also partially block the use of certain apps through its firewall, which could provide additional challenges to the user. At the same time, many cash-strapped districts might not offer technical support or limited technical support with regards to configuring or troubleshooting the iPad. With this in mind, the following are suggestions that can help the local school with its use of assistive technology. Learn about the IT department's protocol and respect their territory. Improve your technology skills so that you earn a reputation for competence. Show the power of assistive technology, thereby helping the IT department buy in to the importance of assistive technology. Raise AT awareness through hands-on training. Try to problem solve collaboratively and always be proactive. It is also important to remember that IDEA requires that school districts provide AT devices and services at no charge to students, which includes the purchase price for the unit, supporting peripherals, and software, insurance in case of theft, as well as extended warranties. Since mobile devices are a hot commodity, it is a good idea to asset tag your devices, maintain a complete inventory, and install a low jack system so that missing devices can be recovered. It is also important to support maintenance and repair for the unit, as well as updating the device, and of course, transporting the device. Well, that's it for this week. Here are a few web resources that can help you implement assistive technology in your school or district. So we have the Georgia Project on Assistive Technology, www.gpat.org. We have Learning Grids World at learninggrids.com. We have Classroom Suite Activity Exchange at www.intellitools.com. And we have the National Center of Accessible Instructional Materials at aim.cas.gov. implementasistivetechnology.org.